Hello, welcome once again to Stuff and Things, where I like to talk about stuff and occasionally even things. I'm your good friend Bradley, and today I'm going to show you one of the most amazing birthday gifts I have ever received in my life. It is an old film camera, a Nikon FE from 1978. And this was a gift from my fiancé Diamond. It is the most thoughtful gift I have ever gotten, and I am inordinately pleased with this camera. I'm going to show you all the features. I have put one roll of film through this. I have not gotten it developed yet, and I don't know if I'm going to have it developed in time for this video. But I just want to talk a little bit about this. I've been super excited to tell you about this. I've been super excited just to try it out. The whole experience of shooting film again for the first time in probably 25 years has been really cool. This camera is amazing, and I'd love to show it to you now. So, the Nikon FE. The Nikon FE is an advanced semi-professional level interchangeable lens 35mm film single lens reflex camera. It was manufactured by Nikon in Japan from 1978 to 1983 and was available new from dealer stock until 1984. That is from the Wikipedia entry on the Nikon FE. This camera was sort of contemporary with the Nikon F3, which was their pro model. This is kind of their prosumer model. It was a little bit cheaper. It was considered not a pro body, but my God, the build quality of this thing is fantastic. I think it uses a copper aluminum alloy. It feels like it's built like a tank. It did not come with this strap. This is a Gordy's camera strap that I ordered, and it didn't come with this hood. It did come with this strap, which is an original Nikon strap from the time, I believe. It also came with the owner manual. It is all in Japanese because this camera was shipped from Japan, but still very interesting. It gives you all the instructions, all the directions, in Japanese, of course. It also came with this 28mm lens. Let me take the lens hood off. This is the 28mm AIS, so 2.8 AIS lens. And from what I've been able to gather from research, this is considered a really, really nice lens, super sharp. They had a 28mm 2.8 AI lens that was the predecessor to this lens, and apparently they completely redesigned it, and this lens is supposed to be one of the sharpest, one of the most amazing lenses that Nikon ever made for their manual focus system. And I was really happy to get this lens with this camera. I think in the listing that she purchased this from on eBay, it listed it as an AI lens, but this is actually an AIS lens. You can tell because of the writing around the perimeter there, not on the outer barrel. Also, there are some other things that you can check to know an AI lens from an AIS lens, but this is the AIS version of that 28mm, and I'm really happy to have 28mm. I wanted a nice wide angle. I mean, I didn't know she was going to get this for me. She just knew that I was looking at these on eBay. So it was a big surprise. I was really thrilled. And basically, this is a mostly manual film camera. The E designation does stand for electronic, so it has some electronic features. It has a meter inside. There's actually this 2-needle system that you can see on the left side of the viewfinder, where you can match the shutter speed with what the camera is telling you the shutter speed should be based on the aperture that you selected. Of course, this lens has an aperture ring, and pretty much any Nikon lens will go on this if it has an aperture ring. You need to have an aperture ring here. There is an auto mode on this. It's basically an aperture priority mode. So if you select auto and then select your aperture, it will pick the shutter speed that it finds the best for the exposure. It's a center weighted light meter. Basically, the shutter speeds go from, if you have to press the button if it's in auto, we have bulb, we have mechanical 90, so that's if the battery goes dead. You can still shoot with a 1/90 shutter. There's a 8 seconds, 4 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and then all the way up to 1/1000th. But apparently in auto mode, it will go even higher. It'll do super long exposures if need be. It has your ASA or ISO dial here. It also has exposure compensation here, your film wind, obviously your film advance, the shutter. On the back, you have this little memo holder so you can put the film, remind yourself what film you're using and the film speed. I have a roll of film in here right now that I shot, so I guess I can show you the process of getting that back out of the camera, and maybe I'll load up another roll of film. In the front, you have a self-timer here. If you go this way, it'll count down. If you go this way, that's an exposure lock, which is really cool. This is a depth of field lever, so it'll stop down the lens. I don't know if it's that'll show it. Let's go to a f/16. I think you can see that in camera, so very cool. Obviously, that's the button to get the lens off. This is a little sync port for flash. It's just really cool. I think you can get a motor drive for this. There are hookups for a motor drive. This is where the batteries go, just 2 LR44 batteries, I believe, batteries that you can still very commonly get right now. It does have a tripod thread there. I can't believe how small this is. Like, look at it in my hand. That seems really super small, and I'm used to these modern mirrorless system cameras, so I have a Canon R6, that's what I'm filming this on right now. That's a pretty beefy camera, and this one, it's not super, super light, but it's so compact, and it feels so good. Let me get the film out of this so I can actually start actuating the shutter and things like that. Basically, what you do is you rewind it first, obviously, or actually first you have to press this button right here to release the film, and then you rewind. Doodly-doo-doodly-doo. Feeling some resistance here. Okay, I think that's it. The film should be rewound. There's a little lever here that you actuate, and then you pull up on this. The film door opens, and inside we have our film. I shot a roll of Kodak. What was this? I don't know anything about film anymore. Oh yeah, it says it on the back here. It is Ultramax 400. Kodak Ultramax 400 color. I think I'm mostly probably going to be shooting black and white on this thing. But now, I mean, you can see the shutter here is a metal shutter. I don't know if this has any light leaks. It seems like all the light seals are okay. I'm not totally sure. I guess we'll see once we get this roll of film back. You can close that back up. I just want to show you the film advance and shutter. It's so cool. It sounds so good. So basically, it won't meter until you pull back on the film advance lever, and then the meter will be showing inside the viewfinder. And then, obviously, there's the shutter. It feels so good. It has ball bearings. Just the build quality of this thing is just absolutely fantastic. I'm blown away by it. I love just playing with it, using the film advance lever and hitting the shutter over and over again. There's this cool little ping. I don't know if you'll pick this up. Bing! With the shutter. It's not, it doesn't vibrate super hard or anything. It's actually pretty smooth. It just feels so good. It's so cool. But if we want to load this up, that's pretty simple as well. Let me actually put my lens cap on this lens here. Just showing you some of the features here. It's very exciting for me. I haven't had a film camera in a very long time. We're going to take that off. I think I'm going to put a roll of Kodak Tri-X in here, which is a black and white film. So, pop this open. I'm going to put my old roll of Kodak Ultra 400 in here, or Ultramax. Send that away and get that processed. Here we have our Tri-X. I'll just show you the process of loading this. It's been so long since I've loaded a film camera, but it's pretty fun. Again, we hit this little lever here, pull up there, open the back, and I'm just going to put this down on the lens. Get it on the sprockets, pull it across, close that up, close, actually no, I think I want to advance one time. Did I screw something up? There we go, advance. Advance twice. That should do it, I think. Close that up, and then there's a counter here. I don't know how well that will pick up on camera, but I'm gonna advance again, hit it again, advance again, and now we are on 0, and we're ready to shoot. That's how you load it. I'm just tickled to death about this camera. I think it's fantastic. I think if you're looking for a film camera, now obviously I need to get that roll back and see how it all works. I shot some of it on auto, I shot some of it totally in manual. I wanted to see how the metering was. I shot it on 400 ISO, just used the box speed when I was shooting it. I think with this roll of Tri-X, I might actually shoot it at half the box speed to kind of experiment with that. I might experiment with pushing a roll. Just want to get my head around this whole film thing again because it's been so long since I shot film, but I'm super excited about this. I'm going to definitely be showing you more about this on the channel in the future. Maybe when that first roll comes back, we can take a look at that and see how it turned out. But if you're looking to get into film, and you don't want to spend a ton of money, I think you can't go wrong with this. This Nikon FE is a beautiful little jewel of a camera, and I couldn't be happier. So there you go. My new old Nikon FE, originally produced in 1978. I think this is a fantastic film camera. I think the build quality is fantastic. I think the prices you can get them for are almost unbelievable. Like I said, this is a 28mm 2.8 AIS Nikkor lens. It came with this camera. The camera and the body were $200 on eBay. How can you beat that? I know some people are more into the FE2 or the FM2 or some of those other F cameras from Nikon, but for $200 for the body and the lens for this amazing camera, that's pretty amazing. I can't wait to put more film through this. I can't wait to see what my pictures look like when I get them developed, but you will definitely be seeing this camera on the channel in the future. The Nikon FE. A very cool, very interesting retro film camera. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your good friend Bradley. You've been the audience. This has been Stuff and Things. I'll see you later.